Hello everyone. So in this video today I will be discussing very interesting and important topic from the field of homeopathy, that is homeopathic drug proving on the healthy and sick individuals. I will be dealing with these in a very concise manner. So let's begin. My objectives will be to help the medical students develop a basic understanding of the topic of homeopathic drug proving. Secondly, to build an understanding about homeopathic drug proving with reference to its history, that is before, during and after Hahnemann. And thirdly, to appreciate the significance of homeopathic proving on the healthy vis-a-vis homeopathic drug proving on the sick individuals. So what is homeopathic drug proving? It is a process in which the medicinal substance is administered in a systematic way to the healthy or sick human beings over a period of days to record the pathogenesis produced by them on the provers. This information is suitably applied for the cure of the sick based on nature's law of cure, that is similia similibus curantur. These pictures will help you appreciate this law and the process of drug proving. What happens is that we give a medicinal substance to a healthy individual and this produces few set of symptoms or reactions in that healthy individuals. Now, if these symptoms are found in a sick individual, then on giving this medicinal substance to this sick individual, it brings about cure. And also in the second picture, you can appreciate an example of homeopathic action. For example, arsenic album, if given in crude dose, causes toxic symptoms like vomiting, diarrhea, collapse. But when arsenic is given in a homeopathic potency and dose, it cures the same symptoms of vomiting, diarrhea and collapse. This is how our law of similia works. In Organon of Medicine, aphorism 105 to 145, Hahnemann has given two modes of homeopathic drug proving. First is proving on the healthy individuals and the second is proving on the sick individuals. It is very well seen that homeopathic drug proving on healthy individuals is recognized in homeopathy by most number of persons. But for proving on the sick individuals, no fixed criteria or method has been formulated till date. But we see that various evidences are available in the history which indicate that drug proving has been done on both healthy as well as sick individuals in the past. So let's have a brief overview of that. Drug proving in the past has been done before Hahnemann, during Hahnemann's era and after Hahnemann. And we see that both the modes, that is proving on the healthy and proving on the sick, have been practiced in history so far. Before Hahnemann, if we see, then there have been 33 persons who have worked for the field of homeopathic drug proving. First evidence of proving was found in 2000 BC when Shen, the Chinese father of medicine, had tested drugs upon his person. Later, 33 others did pioneering work in the field of drug proving. Among these, we see that Albrecht von Haller, Anton von Stock, Coste and Willemin have done efforts which leave an indication about drug proving even on the sick individuals. But we have seen that during this time period, none of these people could perceive this principle. None of them could perceive a law behind these provings, which could be formulated into a principle. This was done by Hahnemann during his era. Hahnemann did proving on the healthy and the sick individuals during his time period. His first drug proving was using cinchona bar. You must be familiar about the famous Peruvian bark trial which was done in 1790, and this trial had led to the formulation of the law of similar, which is the basis of the theory of homeopathy. Hahnemann was the first person to provide an artistic basis and a systematic performance of drug proving. He could perceive the principle behind and was able to formulate the law of similar. Hahnemann did proving on the healthy as well as on the sick. So first, let's talk about his provings on the healthy. His first publication about provings on the healthy was Fragmenta de Viribus Medicamentorum Positivus Sive Insano Corpore Humano Observatis, which was published in 1805, having 27 drugs. Later, in the next year itself, The Medicine of Experience got published in 1806, and after that, Rini Arzani Metallare, which is now popularly known by the name of Madeira Medica Pura, got published between the years 1811 to 1833. This book has 6 volumes in the first and second edition and 2 volumes in the third edition. Its third and second editions contain symptoms from the sick also. In the most recent edition of this book, we have 66 medicines. Then after this period, there was a reformation of thought by Hahnemann. What happened was that from 1790 to 1815, he was able to see great success using the law of similia in curing the patients. But then he found that certain chronic cases were not responding to the treatment. Then Hahnemann himself has written and said that their beginning was promising, continuation less favorable, and outcome was hopeless. So basically, he was not able to see a response coming, a cure coming from during the treatment of chronic illnesses. So he investigated for 12 years, and in 1827 he came up with his theory of chronic diseases, which was published in his Die chronischen Krankheiten, which is now popularly known as the chronic diseases, their peculiar nature and homeopathic treatment, which appeared during 1828. This book contains provings on the sick individuals. This the editions of this work were published between the years 1828 to 1839. There are 4 volumes in the first edition and 5 volumes in the second edition of this work. And in all, we see 47 medicines are there in the most recent edition. These medicines are anti-miasmatic medicines because their provings have been obtained from the sick condition, from the patients, from the sick individuals. Let's talk about anti-miasmatic medicines a little bit. So when applying the anti-miasmatic remedies specific for each kind of miasms, sora, syphilis and psychosis, for the treatment of chronic conditions, Hahnemann was now able to improve the results of treatment obtained for the chronic illnesses. These anti-miasmatic remedies are deep and long-acting remedies. They are of special value in the treatment of chronic disease and for the eradication of inherited and constitutional disease tendencies. And the pathogenesis of these remedies contains clinical symptoms, that is, the symptoms obtained from during their proving on the sick individuals. Now, Hahnemann had reproved his medicines. Earlier, he had given his records of proving on the healthy in his Materia Medica Pura, which has 66 medicines. but these were not anti-miasmatic because their symptoms were obtained from proving on the healthy individuals and not from the sick individuals. But after he discovered the theory of chronic diseases, he reproved his drugs on the sick, and after that 16 drugs from his Materia Medica Pura and certain more remedies whose symptoms had their basis lying in the sick state, that is the miasm of the patients from whom they were collected. In all, he gave 47 anti-miasmatic remedies in his chronic diseases. In his Organon of Medicine, from aphorism 105 to aphorism 145, Hahnemann has talked about proving on the healthy individuals also and proving on the sick individuals also. So in this slide, I have enlisted those aphorisms. We see that proving on sick individuals has been talked about in 3 aphorisms. Hahnemann says that it is a difficult task to collect the symptoms of proving from sick individuals, but we see that Hahnemann had done this work during his time period. Though he says that it is very difficult and it requires a great observation and can be done by masters. But we see that this proving on the sick individuals is also very important because it is very much necessary for knowing the miasm of the drug. In this slide you can see that I have given a broad breakup of the aphorisms. From aphorism 105 to 120, Hahnemann has talked about provings. From aphorism 121 to aphorism 142, he talks about guidelines for conducting the provings. And from aphorism 143 to aphorism 145, he talks about compiling a true materia medica. Now few more aphorisms talk about drug proving in relation, like from aphorism 105 to 114. It talks about preliminaries to be attended to in investigating the pure effects of medicines on healthy individuals. Then it talks about primary action, secondary action. Then in aphorism 115 talks about alternating actions of medicines. From aphorism 116 to 117 we see about idiosyncrasies. Aphorism 118 and 119 says about the action of every medicine differs from that of every other and there are no such things as surrogates. Aphorism 120 says every medicine therefore must be carefully proved to ascertain the peculiarity of its special effects. Aphorism 121 to 140 tells about mode of proceeding when we make trial of them on other persons. Then aphorism 141 says the experiments of the healthy physician with medicines upon himself are the best. Aphorism 142 says the investigation of the pure effects of medicines in diseases is difficult. And aphorism 143 to 145 talk about only from such investigations of the pure effects of medicines on healthy persons can a real materia medica be formed. Now we talk about after Hahnemann's era. We see that more than 27 pioneers have done work in the field of homeopathic drug proving after Hahnemann. Most of these pioneers and scholars made remarkable contributions to the field of homeopathic drug proving on healthy individuals. But only of a few of them, including Herring, Jar, Lippi and Clark, perceived Hahnemann's work of drug proving on the sick human beings and included clinical symptoms into their materia medicas. Among these, Dr. Herring did a major work on drug proving on the sick and admitted symptoms observed in the sick into his materia medica, that is, the Herring's guiding symptoms. He is called to be an advocate for proving medicines in persons not perfectly healthy. In the present scenario, we see that various bodies have formed drug proving protocols like CCRH, LMHI, HPUS, ECH, and ECCH. But we see that no protocol has been formulated for drug proving on sick individuals. All these authorities have formulated drug proving protocols for the healthy individuals, but no protocol has been formed till date for drug proving on the sick individuals. To conclude, I would just like to say that though Hahnemann did proving on both, but his work of drug proving on healthy human beings obtained more recognition as compared to his work of drug proving on sick human beings. His work of drug proving on sick human beings still lies in oblivion ever since after him, and the compendium of anti-miasmatic remedies has remained limited to 47 drugs only ever since Hahnemann. Moreover, various authorities have developed a variety of study protocols for homeopathic drug proving on healthy human beings, but no protocol has been formulated for finding out the pathogenetic effects of drugs from the sick human beings. But seeing the changing patterns of diseases in today's scenario, a methodology surely needs to be developed and a separate protocol needs to be formulated for drug proving on sick individuals. Such a methodology would help to add more symptoms to the pathogenesis of homeopathic materia medica, thereby increasing the clinical applicability of homeopathy. In this slide, I have enlisted few of the books which can be referred and some articles also. These can be referred for reading in detail about drug proving on the healthy and sick individuals. These are some extra references which must be studied apart from the regular course books. And here I leave you with a task to do. You may think about that is there any method by which the symptoms of proving of a drug be derived by its administration on patients? Can a method be formulated? So just think about it. I hope you like my video. Thank you so much for watching, and please do like, share and subscribe my channel for more such informative videos in future. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.